Money Vikings, all right. Welcome back, Christmas Eve. Hope you're getting ready for a beautiful Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So Merry Christmas to all of you out there. I want to do a quick video as I go for a walk here about, I want to talk about risk, and I want to tell a story about risk, because one thing that is misunderstood, is highly misunderstood, is that volatility equals risk when investing. And that's just simply not true. And I'm going to tell a story about why. So, there's a great example right now of, Bitcoin and how it has a lot of volatility, as we know. So Bitcoin definitely, goes up and down and can be volatile, but that's not the same thing as risk. So what I mean by that in the case of Bitcoin is that the stars, as I've talked about in other videos, have really aligned in a lot of ways with Bitcoin at the moment. So you have there's a new administration coming in that's going to be extremely crypto friendly. That's already in the works. Like the gears of that machine are already turning. There's no doubt about it. So that is a risk mitigator that lowers risk. Countries are going to be coming in to owning Bitcoin, so you're going to have sovereign ownership of it. You already have wide-scale institutional adoption starting. My point being, I can go through all this list of things, and if you follow like Bitcoin, for example, as an investment vehicle, you already know them all, so I don't need to tell you all these things. They're talked about everywhere. You can look up any article and get a long list of all the things. But anyway, that doesn't mean it isn't volatile. That is just about mitigating risk. So if you put your money into it, you're getting into something that is digital gold is the way I think of it. That's just the bottom line with Bitcoin after years of thinking about it. It's digital gold. And it's a finite, place to keep capital. So anyway, the point being, many years ago, I had an investment in a bond. And right away, when you think of bonds, you think of, wow, bonds are low risk, right? That's lower risk. I'm not taking as much risk, am I? Well, that's not the case. Put a pretty good amount of money into this one bond. And not only that, I thought I was being smart because the bond was basically it was a bond by an oil company, right? So it was an oil company backed bond. And the thinking was, well, gosh, that's got to be the lowest risk thing ever, because everyone's always going to need oil. Oil is always needed for the modern world, modern society, et cetera, and it's a bond, right? Well, come to find out, lost it all. All of it gone. Company went bankrupt, couldn't sell the bond. Pennies, it was worth pennies on the dollar. Let's say it was a, $100,000 bond, and all of a sudden it was worth $3,000. You could maybe get rid of it for $3,000, but you know what? No one would even buy it. It was totally toxic. So my point of these two stories is to just say that you have to keep it clear in your mind the concept of volatility is not risk. That actually had more risk than I realized, but I was just thinking because it had never been volatile that it wasn't risky. Well, that wasn't the case, So it doesn't mean, I have bonds. It doesn't mean don't have a portfolio that's bonds. I mean, bonds, I think, can be a good part of a strategically balanced portfolio, in my opinion. But again, the idea is an overall portfolio construction, not getting fixated on one thing, and then remembering that just because something goes up and down a lot or is volatile, very few investments kind of just go up in a straight line. They just have these dips, right? You have to really pull out to see them go up over time. And I mean, great examples of that are the S&P 500, the SPY. You guys know Money Vikings. We love like VDATX and VIG and the Schwab Dividend Equity Fund and all those. You zoom out on those and you will see that they do gradually sort of go up like that. And they have, in the short run, they have these little dips and everything. So that's the volatility. And of course, some things are more volatile than others. But anyway, just food for thought when you're in your investment journey. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a Merry Christmas. See you guys later. And please like and subscribe, all that great stuff. All right. Bye.